My name is Susan Muvani, also known as DJ Mystic. I'm a mom of two. I've always loved music, but I always knew I couldn't sing to save my life. So initially I wanted to study audio production. But then when I went to the academy, I was advised to start with DJing first. But after learning how to DJ, I fell in love and I stuck with it.
My name is Pauline Rabera. I've been a DJ for, I think, almost 13 years. So since 2007. But now tukitoa hiyo 2007, tuseme hiyo ilikuwa kaya kuprep. So 2008, 2009 is when I went in professionally. That's when I was able to access gigs and clubs.
My name is Juliet. I go by Fluid, DJ and producer. Alternative house DJ and producer. So what I mean by alternative is I play contemporary art house music. Like it's more artsy, it's more expressive, out of your normal day. Lyrics or beats or synths. So I consider myself a house music ambassador to Kenya, to East Africa.
I was once engaged and it was very abusive. And I was there for like a year. My self-esteem was low. I became a totally different person. So the time I decided to leave, in my healing process, I started to think, what can I do? You know? As I said, I've always loved music. I can't sing. I can't sing. I wanted to do production, but I couldn't. So that's when I decided to go to the academy. The owner of the academy was my friend. So I called him and told him, I want you to make me like the best there is in the industry. I don't know where to start, but I want you to make me the best there is in the industry. So he's the one who actually advised me to start DJing first, and then maybe later I can go into audio production. So yeah, DJing for me was more of a healing, what do you call it? A healing, let me use the word crutches. It helped me become this new person. I gained my self-esteem. I was confident enough. At least I had income to support my son. And yeah. My family, they were very supportive. My mom, my aunt, they were very supportive.
I didn't go to school for DJing, it was just passion. That was a present from my baby daddy, at least. That's what he left me with. I did a little bit of kitu squaddy. I would go to clubs, or I would go where my baby daddy used to play. Then he would give me the early hours, that was by then from 5 to 7. So I do my practice, I play old school. What I love playing is old school, anything old school. Soul, old school, rumba. So that's how I started. Then it reached a point I had to get on my own. So the first place I went to was in Mombasa at a club called Kenda's in Mtwapa. I was hooked up. By then, the only female DJ in Mombasa was called Frida, DJ Frida. Akaniunganishia nikapata Kenda's. But then I was still naive and new. So I worked there for a while, almost like a year and a half. Then I was poached back to Nairobi by a certain person who had sound, so we could go do gigs outside. By then, that was in 2012. I worked for a year. Then I moved to Tanzania. In Tanzania, I got a place called Full Moon Lounge. I did entertainment managing. So there I partially did DJing. Then I came back to Kenya. That was in 2014. Went to Kilgoris, a new club. I even can't remember the name, but yeah, I worked there for some time. Then came back to Nairobi. Then from 2014 till Corona time, I was working as a guest at Hornbill Kaginas.
Honestly, opening up to my parents was not easy. My dad was cool with it. My dad's always been like my #1 fan. My mom is also my #1 fan, but a critical #1 fan. So I did it 3 years chini ya maji before. Now, when I was going to Uganda, because I couldn't hide that I'm going out of the country. So she was like, "So what are you doing? What are you going for?" That's when the whole family actually told her mom, "She's a DJ." I didn't even come out to my mom. It's my family who told her. She wasn't very happy about it. She thought there was a lot I was being exposed to. But later on, seeing what I do, how I carry myself, and what I'm exposed to, she's more comfortable because it's actually proper.
The thought of telling my mom, she went crazy, like, najua tu unataka kuenda dunda wewe, hakuna atio, because before they believed like DJing was only for me. So she wouldn't understand how I want to go and do a male's job by then. But because of my brother actually is my pillar. Like, yeye ndo aliniskuma. He was there for me. Akaniambia, like, if that's what you want to do, well and good. My mom, until siku nilikam kucheza kwa wedding ya bro wangu, like inakwanga ni rorasho ile wana come home. That's when my mom now realized, haya, kumbe it was something. She was so excited. Mimi nakwambia alipiga simu, alipigia watu paka maju simu akiwaambia vile nimeiva. But she got excited over it. And from then, now she put in all her support. That being also staying with my son. Because if it wasn't for her, I think ningekuwa nimeambuwe sahi. Because it's really hard. So yeah, she put in her support, same as my elder sister and my bro. We are 4. I mentioned that, yeah. So I have a sister who's in the States. She's our firstborn, and my bro now, we only have 1. And then me, then my small sister. So them, they could support me wherever they could. Yeah, but at first convincing them, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But at the end of the day, they accepted that that is what I wanted to do. That's my passion. Me actually shule kidogo tulikuwa tunavutana. But I'm thankful they're always there, and they were there from the word go. My son is the most excited one. Like when he reached school the first day, hakuna teacher hakujua mamake ni DJ. Hakuna. And I remember when I go to work and I'm always with him. At first alikuwa ananielezanga, "Mom, mbona umechelewa? Uko job walikuambia ucheze muziki zote." And I'm like, yeah, I had to go till morning, but he's always very excited, and he's very proud of me. Actually, he keeps me going because you can feel the appreciation when, you know, he's talking about me, my work, yeah. So he has no issues with me being a DJ.
I actually have 2 kids. I have an almost 10-year-old son and an almost 2-year-old daughter. And Mystic and Muthoni are two different people. Mystique at work, does her thing, kills a party. When she goes home, leaves the title at the door. Now Muthoni checks in. It's not easy because sometimes I have to take him to like soccer practice and I have a gig. It's not easy to balance the two, but we make it work. My son actually loves the fact that I'm a DJ and he gets excited. When I'm doing my practices at home, he would want to, what does this do? How do you do A, B, C, D? He's very interested in it. And they understand, they know mom works at night. Sometimes mom travels out of town. They understand. I have a reliable nanny, and when she's not around, my mom comes in and helps out. I like where I am right now, but at first it wasn't easy. People tend to doubt you a lot. You have to prove yourself 10 times harder than our male counterparts. Before, everywhere you would go to like look for a gig or you want to work with someone, they tell you, I want to listen to you first, or I'm not sure you can do it. Let me give you like 30 minutes first and then we see how it goes. But now, after a while, because now this is my 5th year, after a while, they tend to trust you more. And then word goes around fast in our industry. So if you work with one person, they'll refer you to the next person, and yeah, the trust grows.
Hatuna ile nakwambiaje backup ya madem sana. At least tunajua majuu kidogo, sijui ni juu western ama I don't understand, but ukiangalia progress ya madem DJ majuu, madem DJ hapa kuna gap kubwa sana. So it's just for the person to push, put effort. Na una believe tu one day, one time utakuwa there. Na usi give up. Because mimi ningekuwa ku give up, ningekuwa nili give up kitambo, because nakumbuka nilikuwa nalipwa paka punch the whole night. Unaenda kuspend the whole night, yani kitu inakusaidia ni tips. Baiwa tei yako urudi ubadilishe. Apart from that, wewe jua mshahara yako. Mi ile kitu nimelearn kwa industry, especially being a female, ukibali ku get used, you'll get used. But if you stick to your principles, the process might take longer for you to get out there. Most of the female DJs, me kikwangu na feel au rush kukuwa at the top, because utapata someone had to go through something because ndio I get opportunity mahali. Me wala wananijua, mi kama haiwezi na unataka ku ask for favors, na kwambianga tu wacha ikae, because at the end of the day ndafanya hizo favors mara ngapi.
Reception for female DJs has grown since I started in 2013. So I was more of a spectacle at that time because guys were like, whoa, female DJ, you're so young. I was basically out of high school at that time. So there was a bit of, how may I call it, skepticism. You know, like, are you able to do it? Do you know what you're doing? What are you in it for? But through the years, I've been able to express myself, propagate myself and my values and whatever it is I'm doing in my art, and it's been taken well, I could say. As you know, there's always those who are going to see what you're going to do and they're going to be appreciative of it, for sure. This is a group also, I will say, called Femme Electronique, based in Uganda by Century East Africa. That's how I got to visit Uganda. They're really supportive, I'll say. Women support women out there especially, and it's been all right, it's been good. Being an artist, anyone who stands in front of other people, people seem to forget that they're bearing themselves out. So I will call out on I'll call out on fanaticism. This applies in both negative and positive. Positively, because people, when they celebrate you a lot, you're pumped up. And then when you meet other people who fanaticism negatively are busy telling you what you haven't done, what you can do, it deflates you. And then it coming without a foundation of either friendship or love or concern sometimes breaks us down. So yeah, I will say it's suicide. That comes from the kind of depression that we go through, and I will say depression is quite rampant. What we're doing right now, some groups of people, they're just meeting as artists and talking. This is the Akijia Collective, and other groups, they do that because they realize artists really need support from each other. So also, as an artist, I try to do that for guys, so because that was notable. Otherwise, I just encourage also DJs to establish yourselves, understand yourself, because you are giving yourself out there. And if you don't know your foundations, your layers, your values, you could be swayed, and that's how you can easily get yourself, you know, tied into those things.
Mimi nikiwa na issue, ndaogopa open up. Probably because, one, I'm a public figure. Two, uta open up, then itakuwa ni kama CNN breaking news. Yeah? You know, nani alikuwa napitia hivi na vile sijui nini. So, wengi wetu huanga tunadai na in, especially when you don't have a confidant to talk to. So, unaona kama story ya Lithium. Unaweza pata ni kitu ilikuwa inamkula, like, but ukimuona ako tu sawa, anaduera yake fiti, anaenda tu job kama kawaida, but kuna kitu inamkula na he does not know who to talk to. You know, unaogopa ukiconfide kwa huyu atakujudge, ukiconfide kwa huyu itakuwa another story, imeongezewa kachumbari ndani, imepikwa ikakuwa. So unapata mtu tu ana decide, wacha tu nikae tu. But for me, mimi nikiwa under your situation, muongea na mother. Mwanangu anakuanga tu ni ule, atakupasha lakini anakuambia reality. So muongea na yeye. Now there's one thing she told me. She told me, in this life, ule mtu ni best yako, ni madhako tu. Because madhako hata kucheki ukiumia, na hataenda kukusema uko nje, atajaribu kutafuta solution, atataka kustand na wewe. So I either talk to my mom or my bro, or my pal, who is currently assisting. My bro is also my manager. So that pal of mine is assisting also as a manager, but not officially. So he's a pal stroke my manager for ground. So muongea na yeye a lot of things, nikifeel mumventia. Anakuja ananiambia, Darlene, wacha ujinga. Kuna God. Wacha kufikiria vitu zingine kwa akili yako. Vitu zita come through. At least unaona ananipatia your motivation, but si kila mtu upate hiyo opportunity.
You know, just like any other job, it has its challenges. It has its, you know, disadvantages. Sometimes you give 100% to your job, and the reception you get is not as you expected. And sometimes such things can really kill your vibe. Maybe you try, like there's so many DJs out there. You're doing mixes, you're doing, you know, videos, but nothing seems to like bring results. It's not easy, but I always say, before, the darkest part of the night is before morning. I wouldn't say I have like tips to tell someone this is how to cope, because I also don't know how, you know, how to go about it. But just keep the hope alive, keep the faith alive that something good is coming. Nothing is easy in any industry, in any career. Nothing is easy. You just have to be hopeful.
particular harassments. Most of them are verbal, but I have been in a show with an international act, mind you. Lady, she's called Dabangogo. And during the event, she was sexually harassed. She was touched inappropriately. And honestly, it seemed like no one really gave matter into it. I was the one who was apologizing on everyone's behalf. She was not happy about that, but she was happy that apparently that another DJ even said sorry about it. So the verbal, or rather harassment, can come in various ways: verbal, physical, sexual. But yes, there are. I would just say, either for your riders, if you need security, say security. Do say in your riders you need security. Learn a little bit of taekwondo. That's also what gets me through. But also just know yourself, be okay.
I had a show in Mombasa back in 2018. No, early 2019, sorry. And the way this stage is set up, there's like a space and it's the exit. So like people are passing next to the stage. And someone just passed and, you know, grabbed my thigh. I don't know how to explain that feeling. I felt, you know, I don't know the words to use when you're harassed. You don't know what to say, you're shocked. And I just asked one of the guards to like stand between the spaces where that guy like grabbed my thigh. And such incidences happen not a lot, but they're there, and it's not right. It's so wrong. This is someone who is at work doing her thing, and this is a human basically.
On future ya madam DJ kwa hii country yetu, if only people would stop taking advantage, if only people would be given chances according to their skills, we will be in a better place. Yeah, if only we were paid better tukienda gigs, si tunaenda paywa because that you hauna jina or you don't have following, or trust you me, we would go further. Yeah. So if some of these things were looked at, I believe the female DJs would be in a very good position, even the upcoming, to shine as they should.
What I want to do is help propagate our culture, because as you hear house music, a lot of people are like, that's white people music. But no, house music especially is quite global. So what I would like to do is express my culture, my ideas, to also, that's why I'm very keen on production. So you should probably check out some of the projects I'm going to do. We're doing a lot of collectives to help people, like people who just want to do the same thing to move forward. I would encourage that, like just find a collective so that you're able to get a momentum or get motivation to move wherever it is. I would not say particularly where we want to be. I would just say I'm looking to align, and I would encourage people to align with what they want to do, or with their values, or just like whatever they're expected to do. And then I think that's the best way, because after that, whatever dreams and goals you have could morph or could come true.